was in the W, that whole shit, and he was telling me, yo, they about to sign me to G-Unit. You dig? But as soon as they sign me and I get platinum and all that, I'm doing what 50 did to Jai and all this type of shit. I'm like, you sure you want to do that? He's like, fuck that, blood. I like, this nigga is crazy.
What's poppin'? Big Homie is back with another video. Today we'll be reacting to Jim Jones exposing the game plotted to turn on G-Unit and beef with 50 Cent before he even signed to G-Unit. Roll the footage.
Favorite Jim Jones record right there.
One of my favorite all times too.
Also, I think about when you talk about scouting talent, Game, right? You introduced Game to the world the first time because Come Home With Me, On My Way to Church will turn 15 in August. And I believe the first time Game's major appearance was on Certified Gangsters.
Yes, it was. I got in trouble for that too.
50 didn't like that, yeah.
He was assigned to G-Unit.
It wasn't 50, it was Dr. Dre.
Oh, yeah, Interscope.
Yeah, well, Game.
Elliot always has 50 on the brain.
When I first heard about Game, they told me he was Eazy-E's son.
That was the rumor.
We from the East Coast.
Yeah.
There's blood on the West Coast. His name's Game. Because he had the tattoo Eazy-E on it and all that. Like, yo, Eazy-E's tongue busting. I'm like, find him. Find him. Find the blood. He blood. Find the blood.
He was blooded out at the time, Jim.
He just got on the phone. Bring him to New York. Take him to the studio. Juelz was there. Everybody was there.
Jim Jones always looks musty, even when he's clean.
They picked him up from the airport. Him and 4Bent. God bless. Rest in peace, 4Bent. And we just went ham. So he had already had his deal, but they didn't know what to. They wasn't sure what to do with him at Interscope, and that's why they signed him to G-Unit to give him some validation and some. You know what I mean? I remember that whole shit. I remember.
Now here is the meat and potatoes, guys. Listen up close.
Was in the W, that whole shit, and he was telling me, yo, they about to sign me to G-Unit. You dig? But as soon as they sign me and I get platinum and all that, I'm doing what 50 did to Jai and all this type of shit. I'm like, you sure you want to do that? He's like, fuck that, blood. I like, this nigga is crazy.
Yes, we know he's bipolar and an alleged stripper too.
Blood. I like, this nigga is crazy. This is crazy. And now I'm looking back, it's just a part of history to be like,
yeah.
I heard him say it before he even initiated the wild shit. I remember when he took the watch from Jacob, like, I just left out of Jacob's shit with the watch. They told me to hold it. I ain't going back with this one. I'm going to the West Coast jail.
Scumbag and a thief, how funny. Riveting stuff, guys.
But that's what you do when you're a brand new artist and you start popping and they giving you everything in the industry and all these stars. But yeah, man.
The Game has always maintained the lie that the only reason he turned on 50 Cent and G-Unit was because he didn't want to beef with Fat Joe, Jada and Nas, but as you see, according to Jim Jones, that was clearly a lie. Game was a snake in the grass and always wanted 50 Cent's spot. He was plotting on 50 Cent since day one, like the jealous hater he has revealed himself to be over the years. People always blame 50 for the fallout, but Jimmy Henchman and Game were plotting to break away from G-Unit the entire time. In this next clip he describes making Certified Gangsters with Jim Jones and how Dr. Dre was pissed because he didn't want him doing mixtapes. Game didn't listen. Roll the footage.
Type of thing, so I kind of mirrored myself after all those rappers and just was a West Coast nigga from Compton. So when I came out, and you got to think, I came out on Funk Flex tapes and DJ Clue tapes and Smack DVD. I was in New York doing all that before I got on. So niggas thought I was from New York. Then niggas thought I was Eazy-E's son because I was putting on for NWA. Like niggas thought I was hella shit. You know what I'm saying? But New York always embraced me. And then I did Certified Gangster with Jim Jones early on. And we made that classic. Dre told me, don't do that.
Why not?
We don't do no mixtapes at Aftermath.
Oh.
I was like, fuck that. These niggas, this is nigga Dipset. I'll tell you, but like everybody that I'm cool with I was fans of. Like, this is nigga Dipset, Dipset. Like, nigga, I'm doing the song with the nigga from Dipset. There's no way.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this album with you. But Dre was like, nah, we don't fuck with no mixtapes. And I was like, damn, nigga, we can't do shit at Aftermath. Can we fucking go outside, nigga? But, you know, salute to Dre because he ran a tight ship. And the quality of music when you are under Dre's, you know, mentorship is, you see what it is. Like, this nigga don't really miss. I mean, NWA, Snoop, fucking Pac, 50, me, Kendrick, motherfucking, like, Dre, dog. Dre be doing his shit. And so, you know, he mean a lot to me in the aspect and that point of my, you know, career, especially the early stages. But fuck that. I was doing the mixtape with the. I mean, you know, I was doing my mixtape shit, and that ended up helping me a lot.
You know what's crazy? You know, keeping it.
First time, the second time I came to New York, Jadakiss picked me up. Jadakiss picked me up in a Benz truck with a North Face on and some Timbs, nigga. And I was already outfitted because I told you I thought hip hop was like supposed to be how it was.
Right.
So I was in a North Face and Timbs. And Kiss took me to Yonkers. Nigga, DMX had dogs out. This nigga DMX talked to the dogs, they talk back. But that's another thing.
Oh yeah, that's regular. Yeah. That's
so
regular.
I'm in Yonkers with him. I run it, and then later on, I run into Nas coming out to Houston. This nigga Nas. This is Nas.
I ran into Nas in Houston too.
This is Nas. That's he played that spot.
23rd Street.
Yeah, they got the spinach dip. You know how they go down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I ran into Nas, and Nas was like, yo. He was like, yo, you next, son.
Right.
I was like, yo, do you know what that shit sound like to me?
Nas to say that shit
sound
crazy.
like, that shit sound like, yo, shorty got
because
a bad,
for lack
son.
of a better term, you like a West Coast dude that kind of resembles Nas.
Voice-wise.
Voice-wise, yep. But continue.
When that nigga said you next, son, that shit sound like Belly to me.
Right.
It sound like a nigga in the projects watching Belly to me.
And that's when you envision it the way you envision it.
Fast forward, I'm on Hot 97, Funk Flex asking me where am I in the beef? Number one, I don't even know these niggas got beef. Number two, Jada just picked me up yesterday.
Right.
What I look like flashing on him?
Right.
I just saw Nas at Houston, and Joe is my man. Right. So I took the real nigga route because I thought hip hop was real when you could be real and you could say real shit and niggas would understand it. I didn't know 50. Me and 50 never. Me and 50, we never talked about his beats and who we didn't like. And he never gave us the G-Unit handbook and said, "Fuck these niggas." Because then I would have had a real nigga conversation like, "Yo, Fifth, what do I? Jada just picked me up. Then he would have said, "Fuck them niggas." I wouldn't have said fuck them, but I would have fell back from him if this is the team I'm riding with. And if I see Jada, Nas, or Joe again, I'll have to tell him, "Look, like man to man, I'm riding with this nigga. Y'all got beef with this nigga, or I mean, y'all got beef with him, but." I'm riding, and I'm on this side. We'd have had that conversation had I been privy to the information, but I wasn't. So I told Flex, I don't know what 50 on. I don't know what he on. But I love Nas, and Kiss just picked me up. And Joe, that's my man. 50 heard that where he was at.
Right.
He ain't like that. So the next thing I get, I'm kicked out the group. Well, guess what? You don't fucking kick me out of group. I'm the G and G-Unit. Fuck you mean?
Right.
It ain't called 5 unit, it's G-Unit. Letter G, that's me. So I felt the way.
That's all folks, Big Homie out. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe.